late here.
Good evening. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First, I'd like to welcome my fellow board members. Good evening.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
And Janice Jaros, our clerk. Our town manager, Scott Crabtree, will not be in attendance this evening. And I want to welcome ladies and gentlemen in the audience and those watching at home. Our first order of business tonight is we are very fortunate to have two invited guests. Our first invited guest is Dorothy Barker. And Dorothy has been doing a lot of volunteer work for many, many years, and she is continuously trying to preserve the beauty of Golden Hills. And we appreciate her being here tonight, surrounded with her friends. With that said, Selectman Riley was the person who brought Dorothy's name to the board's attention. So I'd like to start off asking Selectman Riley if she'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We were at Golden Hills for a cleanup that the neighborhood put together, several residents, and they started telling me the story about Dottie and how she even takes her own lawnmower and walks it down and cuts the grass and around all that area, picks up all the trash along the streets. She's been doing it for a very long time. You know, she picks up after people that don't know enough to throw it in a bucket. But when I found out about you, I said we have to acknowledge you and thank you for everything that you've done. I understand you've done it for years, and this isn't new. This is what you do because you have a lot of pride, and it's great to see you take such pride in your community, your area, your neighborhood, and taking care of the people that live near you. So thank you very much for your service to the town and to the people who obviously love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Riley. Dorothy, if you wouldn't mind coming up to our podium. Yes, if you could pull that down and just speak directly into it. If you could, we know your name, of course, but your name and address just for the record.
Hi, Dottie Barker, 12 St. James Road.
Is there anything you'd like to say to us this evening?
I want to thank you for bringing me here tonight and honoring me this way. It means a lot to me.
Thank you, Dorothy. Selectman Cogliani, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I would like to thank Mrs. Barker for all she does for the neighborhood, and I've had the pleasure of knowing her children. Couple of them that I worked with, all good kids. Now I know where they get it from. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And Selectman Serino?
Yes, Dottie, I just want to congratulate you. You're a legend, I guess, up in Golden Hills from what I hear. I want to thank you for all the work that you do up in Golden Hills. And Golden Hills seems like they're a close-knit community up there, sort of like what we have down in East Saugus, and that's always great to have a community, a little neighborhood like that. And everybody pitches in. I'm sure the Kellys are out there picking up trash too with you, Dottie. And if they're not, let me know. But thank you and congratulate you.
Thank you.
And Selectman Vice Chair Ciccolini.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Well, a lot's already been said, but all I can say is if we had more Dottie Barkers in Saugus, would be a better place for it. With people that take that much pride in their community are very hard to come by. And I think you set the bar for what it is to be a true Saugonian who loves where you live and shows pride in it. And, you know, hopefully a lot of the younger folks in Saugus are learning from your example, because I could tell you it is special. It's nice to have people who truly care the way you do, and some other folks that will be recognized this evening. They really do stand out in a crowd. So thank you for everything you do for our town. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as the other board members have said, we appreciate that you go over and above. The Golden Hills area in Saugus really is unique and quite beautiful. I see pictures all the time on Facebook with these gorgeous pictures of the water, and the scenery is just phenomenal, and you make it that much more beautiful, and we appreciate everything that you do. We do have a citation here for you this evening that I'd like to read. To all persons whom these presents shall come greetings. Be it known that the town of Saugus offers its deepest appreciation to Dorothy Barker for her continuing dedication to preserve the beauty of Golden Hills. This citation is given in testimony thereof with best wishes and deepest gratitude. It was dated this 30th day of April 2024, and it's signed by all 5 of the Board of Selectmen. And if it's okay with you, Dottie would like to take a picture with you. I'm just giving Mark and Dottie a second.
Whenever you're ready, Mark.
The next person who is our invited guest this evening is Dick Lynch. I've known Dick at least 2 decades, and he continuously goes over and above, just as Dorothy does. He is cleaning every inch of Saugus, it seems, and he was recognized by Scott Braces from the town, and I read the letter into the record at our last meeting. Dick, would you mind coming up to our podium, please? So I'm very excited that he's here this evening. Dick, would you like to say a few words?
You want me to say something?
Only if you want to.
Well, I won't be very long, but you know, this is a thing that I do mostly by myself, but it's because of the Saugus River Watershed Council that started around 1992 that I got into this business about cleaning up the river and that kind of stuff, and it just got under my skin and into my veins, and I just been doing it ever since. So I just made a couple of notes because nobody knows, and maybe I'm bragging, but I'm not bragging, but I started keeping count of the number of nips that I picked up and the beer cans as well, the beer cans and the beer bottles. So starting in 2014, I have picked up over 19,000 nips since 2014, empty nip bottles.
Any full ones?
And the cans and bottles, I know that because I cash them in. I started keeping track of that in 2012. And I have picked up over 100,000 beer cans and beer bottles in that period of time. And one of the biggest ones that I ever did was up behind Aggregate, you know, Aggregate Industries is in Route 99. The woods up behind Aggregate, and where the old Blue Star used to be, and the power lines go up to there. Well, I went for a run there one day because I did a lot of running, and I ran up there and I almost died. I almost died at the number of beer cans that I saw up there. And it's the off-road vehicle people that would go up there and drink and leave their cans. and I picked up in an area as big as from Mark, that's Mark over there, and you people, like here, 10,000 beer cans. Half of them were flattened, and half of them I cashed in. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was 12,000. That was, it was in 2020. It was 12,000 flattened beer cans from people going up to that spot and drinking and drinking and drinking. And I've been going up there ever since, trying to keep it clean. I don't know why, it's just something I do. Eastern Avenue's been that's my little private thing down there. I've been cleaning the river down there, and I just was down there cleaning today, but that's what I do. And I thank you so much for honoring me for something that not many people really know about. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Dick. And just for the record, can we have your address? Just for the record, can I please have your address? Your address. Your address?
My address?
Yeah, we need, just for the record.
Oh, 11 Sunnyside Avenue.
Perfect.
I'm the guy with the golf balls.
I know who you are. I actually know where you live.
Watch your back.
No, that's wonderful. Thank you very much. So I'm going to read the citation into the I'm going to read the citation into the record, and then I'm going to ask each one of the board members to say a few words, okay?
Whatever you want.
Okay. We're going to, if you could stay up there.
Yes.
Thank you. And I just want people to know that this meeting is being recorded. So the citation reads, "To all persons whom these present shall come greetings. Be it known that the town of Saugus offers its deepest appreciation to Richard Dick Lynch for continuously going above and beyond to keep Saugus clean. This citation is given in testimony thereof with every best wish and gratitude, dated this 30th day of April 2024, and it's signed by all 5 of the Saugus Board of Selectmen." With that said, I'm going to ask Selectman Riley if she'd like to say a few words.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you very much for what you do in keeping Saugus clean, and it doesn't seem just like your neighborhood, you're everywhere. So thank you again, and keep up the good work, I guess, but I just wish people would stop making piles and take back the nickel. I mean, right? Turn them in and make some money. So, but thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you, Selectman Riley. Selectman Cogliano.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Lynch. You mentioned before you don't want to brag, but it's not bragging when you're telling the truth. So thank you very much for all that you do, and keep it up. I'm sure it helps keep you young. You look fantastic. Thank you very much.
I'll let that be over.
Thank you, Selectman Cogliano. Selectman Sereno.
Thank you, Dick. I've known Dick and Mary. I didn't recognize Mary out in the audience for a long time. You've been doing this for many years. I was out in my yard about a month ago, and I live along Eastern Ave where the drainage ditch is. And I'm working out in the yard, and I heard a noise down in the drainage ditch. I thought it was some bird or something, and I looked, and it was Dick down there picking up rubbish. And I know you have the DPW trained who put the stuff on the side of the road, and they come by once a week and pick the heavy material up for you. So I want to thank you very much for what you do, and for East Saugus and the rest of the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Sereno. Selectman Ciccolini.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, Mr. Lynch, it's incredible. I lived down in East Saugus for, I did, and I was talking, yeah, I came by, I says, listen, I'll get the DPW down here to come down here right now. He's like, no, I like to do this. Exactly like I said to Miss Barker, it could be a generational thing or whatever, but I just feel as though setting the bar in what a good, responsible neighbor and citizen is. First things first is people shouldn't be throwing trash out their windows and dumping trash anyway, but knowing that we have to live with that, but we have people like yourselves that truly take pride in our community. It's awesome. It really is. I thought I was tough on my kids because we lived at the end of Beachview Ave, and I would go up to the end of the street and pick up trash with my kids. And my kids were like, how come no other kids are picking up trash? And I'm like, I don't care about the other kids. I want my neighborhood to look
Yeah.
good, you know?
Yeah.
So I get it. And thank you for everything you do.
Well,
It's,
you're welcome.
it's incredible.
I love doing it, and I enjoy doing it, and, you know,
And you make a few dollars while you're doing it.
yeah, I make a few bucks on it. About $800 or $900 a year.
Must come out to
in
at
beer
least,
cans.
maybe comes out to 30 cents an hour or something.
Madam Chairman, just a quick note, Dick, I understand this, they're going to be putting the cameras up on Eastern Ave, so hopefully we can catch a few of these people that are dumping the heavy material out there anyhow. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how many. I know Dick does his own cleanups on a daily basis, but you've coordinated and facilitated so many different cleanups that we've had within town. And the things that people throw away just amazes me, and the way they illegally dump. And it's really a shame. And I want to thank you, Dick. I want to thank you, Dottie, for, again, going over and above for Saugus and your role models for the younger generation. So, thank you. And with that said, the board members, if it's okay with you, Dick, we're going to take your picture.
So,
The next item on the agenda is an invitation to attend the open house celebration at the Meg, which is located at 5458 Essex Street, Saugus, Mass. That will be held on May 4th and May 5th from 12 o'clock noon to 4 p.m. There will be a live museum with historical information about Cliftondale Square, the Meg School. There'll be a replica of a classroom with a desk if people would like to take pictures. The 1934 town report and school reports will be available to read, and there'll be raffles and refreshments. So it should be a lot of fun. The next item on the agenda is citizens' comments. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none, we don't have any continued hearings. Our first public hearing was on the request of Mr. Mark Stevens, doing business as MAS Landscaping and Snow Removal, 36 Lakeshore Drive, Georgetown, Mass., for a special permit to operate a landscaping business at 84 Saugus Ave, Saugus, Mass. We did receive notification that he wants to withdraw this application. Would somebody like to make a motion to allow him to do so?
Madam Chair,
Selectman Chicalini.
I'll make a motion that we grant the request for Mr. Mark Jenna to withdraw his application without without prejudice.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you. Our next hearing is on Five Guys. Notice is hereby given that the Saugus Board of Selectmen will conduct a public hearing on the request of Hyde Park Burgers LLC, doing business as Five Guys, 670 Broadway, Saugus, Mass. For a common victuals license at 670 Broadway, Saugus, Mass. Gregory Vasse, managing partner, and Miss Stephanie Mojica, manager. This public hearing will be held at the Saugus Town Hall Auditorium, second floor, 298 Central Street, on April 30th, 2024 at 7:15 p.m. Good evening. If we could please have your name and address for our records, please.
Sure. It's Greg Vasey, V-A-S-E-Y. Address is 86 Arnold Road in Wellesley.
Thank you.
Just tip that mic up. There you go. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. You have to speak directly in because of the acoustics. So thank you very much. And so we know that Five Guys has moved locations. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what you've done, when you're planning on opening, and that?
Certainly. It's been our intention to extend the business, really, is how we view it, from our original location over by the Square One Mall. And we looked for years and finally found an opportunity. We had been attempting to actually purchase the real estate of the sake restaurant for the better part of 3 or 4 years. We just felt like that was the right spot for us. And the net effect is to improve, I think, that corner. And if you've seen the work that we've done to it recently, I'm happy, certainly, with the look of it. And of course, all the employees that were at the original Saugus location will continue to be employed by the new location and then some. So, it's Five Guys. I think most people are familiar with our brand. But it has a vehicle pickup window for those of you who came by for a walkthrough. That's now a reality. So orders can be taken off site, and we have a digital tracker with GPS that lets us know when you're there. So it's sophisticated, and but it's still the same great cheeseburgers and fries and everything else. And we've just loved for, I think it's 12 years now, I want to say, coming up on 12 years now, being a member of the Saugus community.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you.
Certainly.
I just want to confirm the hours of operation. Are they 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week?
That's correct.
And my second question, typically we have a floor plan design, which we don't have in our packet. How many seats? You have one, okay.
Just got it tonight. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay, very good. That's why I didn't see it. Can you just tell us how many seats you're looking for?
I don't have one on me. It might read it there. Something, I would typically around 25 to 35 seats.
Okay, no, we just need, when we grant the common victuals license, we have to have the number of seats. But it looks like the board members are counting, so.
Okay.
Based
All right.
on what you
Apologies
passed out
for that.
tonight.
Madam Chairman, just to touch on that.
Sure.
We did just receive the plan tonight, and I'm looking at it, and we have 2 things. Are they going to be, whoever did this, it's not stamped by an architect, so I don't know who did it, but you had 44 seats, but now you're telling us you're only going to have 25 to 35. I couldn't count them on the plan.
Okay. I mean, I'd be happy to take it and count it up. Those are the plans. The affidavits and stamp drawings are with ISD, with Mr. LaVecchia, and we delivered them to each of the other departments. So we should have all of our sign-offs for all the inspections have been completed. DPW most recently.
Plus, yeah, we didn't get any recommendations from nobody. I'd approve the plan tonight, but I'm not too sure about 44 seats.
It does say on the occupancy load calc, Selectman Serino, it says net area would be 44, total occupants would allow up to 48.
But this isn't, I mean, we didn't.
But if you look,
it's not stamped by anybody, and we didn't even get a recommendation from the building department. They usually approve the seats. I'd approve it with less probably seats for now until we get something from the building department.
yeah, I'm looking at the plan that they gave us tonight, and if I'm adding it right, I see 24 on this plan. I just want to Madam Chair, permission to go to the lectern?
Absolutely. Would you like me to call Mike? I did speak with the building inspector today. He said he was fine with them coming before us, but we did not specifically speak on seats.
Danny still here?
Yeah, just a note, I counted
yes.
24 too.
And with a, like, fire marshal total occupancy of the 40-something.
Right.
So, yep,
So I'm seeing 44.
yes.
Says 38 and it says 44.
Did-
Greg, do you have outside seating too?
Sorry.
Outside seating too?
Is this,
There is an outside patio. We haven't purchased the seating for it yet. Typically, it's,
That'll be we'll deal with that separate.
Okay.
Yeah.
just Madam Chairman, to Selectman Chipolini, Jeff, I got the same count, 24.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would support that for tonight, and then if it's more, you can come back to us. But I would ask, just for our records, that you get us a copy of the stamped,
absolutely.
to Selectman Sereno's point. I think it's good for us to have that for our
Yeah.
file to,
The relevant inspectional offices have those, and DPW allowed us to, 30 days, I think it is, to deliver an affidavit on an as-built drawing as well. So our engineers are working on that at the moment.
We can get you up and running now anyhow, so.
Sorry?
We can get you up and running now anyhow. Yeah.
It was my understanding that you actually wanted to have a grand opening tomorrow.
If everything goes well tonight, that was the plan. They're in training right now. I came from there, and they're making excellent food and milkshakes. So the team is excited, and if it's possible, we would open tomorrow morning.
Are there any more questions from board members? Any more questions?
No, thank you.
Seeing none, this is a public hearing. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak either in favor or opposed to this application? Seeing none, what are the wishes of the board?
Madam Chair,
Selectman Chicalini,
I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing.
and that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Selectman Chicalini.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll make a motion that we grant the request of Hyde Park Burgers LLC, DBA Five Guys, 670 Broadway, for their application on a common victualer's license. Mr. Greg Vassy, managing partner, Stephanie Mojica, manager. The hours of operation will be 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., and the maximum seating will be 24 seats as outlined on the plan, and obviously follow up to get us a stamped plan so we have it for the file.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion?
Madam Chair, I just want to note, I took a ride up there, and I want to thank you for the landscaping, and the place looks really nice. You did a great job over there. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any additional discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Chicalini's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries
Good luck.
5-0.
There you
Good luck
go.
to you.
Good luck.
Grand opening tomorrow morning. Burgers at 8.
Burgers.
Thank you. Under old business, we have liquor license discussion. Just wanted to follow up from our last meeting that the board does have liquor licenses, all alcoholic liquor licenses available. We have put advertisements on SCTV as well as in the paper. And if applicants are, if people are interested, they can get the information to our clerk, Janice Jaros. We plan on having that hearing on June 6th, which is on a Thursday. And depending on how many applicants we have, we might start our meeting a little early. So we're just going to see how many people come forward. It's highly unusual for the board to have a couple of alcoholic licenses available. So if you are interested, now is the time to put your application in. You could either send an email to the Board of Selectmen, but I would recommend contacting our clerk, Janice Jaros. Thank you. Our town manager is not here, so we do not have a report from him. And now would be the time for members' motions. So, Selectman Riley, is there anything you'd like to say this evening?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to point out that we attended the Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon at the Senior Center. The staff and volunteers make it a wonderful place to go, and they have great events for our seniors. We attended the celebration of the 20th anniversary of World Series Park it was a tad chilly, but Saugus High baseball team had won the game, and Bob Davis did a great job in organizing the event. Thank you to Mr. Davis for all the time and effort you put in to keep that park, excuse me, in great condition. We were also in the auditorium this past Saturday to open the time capsule that was in the cornerstone of the 1954 construction of the high school. I'd like to thank the Historical Commission, the town manager, and everyone that was involved. It was very exciting. And just let's go Bruins and eliminate the Maple Leafs tonight. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Selectman Riley. Selectman Cogliano?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I had something I want to bring by the manager, so I'll bring it up, and then hopefully you can get back to us for the report. 67 Main Street, the residents to the left of that property are obviously operating a transfer station out of their home where they have no contractor's yard, no S2 permit to do so. So I was hoping he could send our inspectors out and take a look at that and get a report back to us. That's all I had tonight, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Selectman Cogliano. Selectman Sereno?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Yeah, I just want to thank the manager of the Saugus Historical Commission. We opened the 70-year time capsule Saturday here up in Town Hall. We were all here. We had fun. And I just want to thank them for that. It was a great time. Council on Aging, I want to thank them for the luncheon. We honored many volunteers in town at the senior center. The board was there Friday. They donate their time and energy, and that makes the senior center so successful in town. I want to thank all the volunteers. Then finally, we were all the board again. We had a busy week. We were up at the World Series Park for the 20-year anniversary, and I was fortunate to be on the board more than 20 years ago when the kids won the World, well, they came in fourth, I believe, World Series Park. Before World Series Park was invented, they won the, I think it took about 2 years before Bob Davis started getting involved with the park. But I was on the Board of Selectmen when the kids came up here for a citation, and we all get a hat, Saugus American Little League, and we get the hat, and I've had it in my gym room for 20 plus years, and I won't let this go. So I want to thank, World Series Park and Bob Davis for all the work he's done there. Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Sereno. Selectman Vice Chair Ciccolini?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to echo comments of my fellow selectmen. I'm not going to reiterate, but I think the group that all five of us attending these events and seeing what the volunteers in this town, what they do, as well as how special the senior center is to our community. It's so nice to see the volunteers and the employees recognized. So hats off to them. I did want to send a thank you again to the DPW for a follow-up and follow-through on a couple of items that came through with requests, as well as thanking the manager for a street light installation that was completed. I got a nice note from the resident. The street light somehow was never put up when they switched over, and he took care of it. So thank you for that, Mr. Manager. That's all, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Ciccolini. I want to thank the Saugus Historical Society. When we had the opening of the time capsule on Saturday, I was really heartened to see so many people come and really excited, and everybody got a turn trying to open up the time capsule. It was a lot of fun, and I want to send a special shout out to Steve Carlson and Gene Swanson, who really worked with the town to coordinate the event. And I thought the town manager did a really nice job facilitating the opening of the time capsule. And again, to echo the fellow board members, congratulations, 20 years, Bob Davis, World Series Park. It was a wonderful event. And we do have, I think, the best senior center around, and thank you to Laurie Davis, her staff, and all the volunteers. One of the people that we gave a citation for a couple of months ago, Sadie Tebow, unfortunately passed. My heartfelt condolences to her daughter and to her family and all her friends. She was a lovely lady. You couldn't have met a sweeter person, so my heartfelt condolences go out to her and her family. With that said, now is time for our second, one more thing, discussion on outdoor dining regulation. Our clerk gave us some information about Winthrop and how they're handling the outdoor regulations. They seem to keep on changing, and if we want to do something specific for Saugus, it's something this board can take a look at. But Janice thought that this was important. She saw that this came before the board, and things continuously change here. So if we want to do something special for the restaurants that are here, we can do that, when that's something we can look into.
Excellent.
Next, we have our second citizens' comments for the evening. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to address the board? Yes, sir. Would you mind very much please coming to the podium and giving your name and address? Thank you so much. We just want to make sure everybody hears you at home.
Not sure if my church is on the board's list. I'm Deacon Campbell from First Baptist Church at 105 Main Street. And we're here to petition for a banner for our 100-year anniversary. And I spoke to Dottie Panetti, and she said the hearing should be tonight.
We don't have the banner on the agenda this evening. Did we get a request, Janice, for a banner?
Yeah.
We did, and it's not on the agenda?
No, not on the agenda.
Okay. We're going to have to put that on the agenda for our next meeting, which is going to be a regular meeting, which is May 14th.
Okay. That's fine.
And
Send a letter to.
if you could, please, we have a banner form that you could either find online, or you can call Janice and she'll help you fill it out.
I did fill it out.
Oh, you did fill it out?
Yes.
Okay, so everything's all set?
Right, and Debbie actually, we were corresponding through email.
Okay, very good. So we'll make sure that it's on our agenda for the next meeting.
Okay.
And when did you want the banner up for? What dates?
The anniversary is September 22nd, and I know they said it can't be up for more than 30 days. Mm-hmm. Right, so, like sometime towards the end of August, heading into September.
Okay, so we have plenty of time. We'll just put it on our next agenda.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
coming. Thank you. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes. Our first set of minutes to approve is June 27, 2023. Do I hear a motion?
So moved, Madam Chair.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Selectman Chicalini.
just a note on a few sets of minutes. I'd like just check the spelling on my first name. It's R-E-Y, not E-R-Y. If they could just make that edit.
Oh, sure.
Jeffrey.
Okay, very good. We'll make sure that that's spelled correctly, if it's not. Okay, so, any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Riley's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. The next set of minutes we have to vote on is August 22nd, 2023. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, and that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Madam Chair,
Yes, sir.
same comment on that set as well.
Yes, I'm looking at it as, I'll make sure that those.
All right.
Usually I just write Jeff.
Yeah.
But the whole name coming out, so yes, well,
I prefer Jeff.
We'll have to give Jeff some of these minutes to do.
I don't type.
the next set of minutes that we have to vote on is the September 5th, 2023 minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved, Madam Chair.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Riley's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. The next set of minutes are the September 12th, 2023 minutes. These were the set of minutes that concerned the marijuana dispensaries where Selectman Chicalini was unable to attend due to a conflict. So I need a motion to approve those minutes.
So move, Madam Chairman.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of approving the September 12th minutes, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain?
Abstain.
Motion carries 4 to approve, 1 to abstain. Same thing with the September 13th minutes. These are also part of the marijuana dispensary hearings.
So moved, Madam Chairman.
Thank you. And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain.
Abstention.
4 approved, 1 abstention. Thank you, Selectman Cogliano. The next set of minutes, these were the organization minutes, just so you know, and when I wrote them, I had our town clerk, Ellen Shunner, read them as well, because she facilitated a lot of that meeting. With that said, could I please have a motion to approve?
So moved.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Serino's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. And the last set of minutes tonight are the ones dated January 23rd, 2024. Do I hear a motion to
So
approve?
moved, Madam Chair.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? All those in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you all. I also want to thank the board members, Selectman Serino and Selectman Riley, for helping out with those minutes, as well as the full board. I want to thank all of you for reviewing all of those minutes tonight. Thank you.
Welcome.
You're welcome.
With that said, is there anything else that anybody would like to bring up this evening? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And that's seconded by the chair. All those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We are adjourned for the evening. I hope
night.
everybody has a wonderful
night,
night.
everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
I have one of those names. Yeah.